About two different things. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Is this working?
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we've just had...
Wait, I don't think the mics is on.
Are you ready? Okay. We've just had a Central Committee meeting of the Orange Democratic Movement. You can see the members here. I'll introduce those who are here. The Deputy Party Leader is Tososi. The Secretary General is next to me, Edwin Sifuna, Gladys Wanga, Governor of Homa Bay, and also Chair of the National Executive Committee. And we have here Rose Buyu, a member of the committee, and Akiro Nixon,
yes,
member of the committee. Oh, you're here?
Ketoro.
Also member of the committee. Some members had left because of urgent commitments elsewhere, but we are about, how many, 10 people to that effect. But others have gone for some urgent commitment. So the Secretary General is going to read the resolutions that we have arrived at after our meeting, which I've now given him the opportunity to do.
I thank you, Honorable Party Leader. So this is the statement of the Central Committee meeting of 10th January 2025. The ODM Central Committee has had its first meeting of the year this morning, chaired by His Excellency Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, the acting party leader. On behalf of the committee and the entire party, we take this opportunity to wish our members and all Kenyans a happy new year. As you all know, 2024 was a difficult year, and we pray and hope that 2025 will be kinder to all of you. This year, the party will be reaching a significant milestone, celebrating its 20th year of existence. This is also the year that the Africa Union Commission will decide on its next chairperson, and we continue to wish our party leader, whom, as you know, is contesting the seat, all the best in his quest. We have no doubt that he will bring it home for all Kenyans and for Africa. Given the significance of the year ahead, we want to assure our members and the public at large that ODM shall remain a force for good. We shall remain the foremost defender of democracy with all its attendant freedoms and full participation of the people, transparency, good governance, justice, fairness, and equity. These are the values upon which this party was founded and must remain our guiding star in all engagements with issues affecting the people. We call on all our members to remember that ODM remains a distinct political party in competition with all others to win power by democratic means. To this end, we must all be guarded in pronouncements on the future of the party and particularly refrain from beating the drums of our competitors. We must continue to strengthen ourselves in preparation for the battles ahead. Following the largely successful grassroots elections in November at all polling units in all the 47 counties, the party received 41 appeals. The cases have been reviewed for merit, with most of them being found to be frivolous. A total of 6 appeals were found to be supported by evidence and will be proceeding to hearing before the party's appeals committee. The Central Committee has therefore this morning seconded His Excellency Abdul Swamad Sharif, the Honorable Rosa Buyu, and the Honorable Abdisalan to be members of the Appeals Committee for purposes of those 6 appeals. Upon conclusion of this process, the National Elections Coordinating Committee shall be announcing dates for elections at ward, constituency, and county levels. The party congratulates all those elected in the various positions and has directed the NECC to issue certificates to successful candidates who fully complied with the rules, including the requirement of payment of fees. This meeting further resolved to convene a meeting of the party parliamentary group prior to the resumption of regular sittings of Parliament in February to consult with our members on priority legislative business for the party. Of foremost concern to the party is the impasse on the mediation on additional allocation to counties and the new formula on shareable revenue proposed by the CRA. We shall be imploring on our members to strongly stand up in defense of devolution and ensure that no county stands to lose in any proposed formula. The party further wishes to express concern over the delays in constitution of the IEBC selection panel that has meant denial of representation for many Kenyans in parliament. ODM as a party is one of the most affected by this continued state of affairs. We are down 3 members in the National Assembly alone, with pending by-elections in Ugunja, Magarini, and 1 nominated member, all which were held by ODM. We are aware there are court orders in place stopping the empanelment and want to urge the judiciary to expedite the resolution of these cases as a matter of national urgency. The by-elections aside, the new commissioners will require time to settle in and begin preparations for the 2027 general election. There is also the question of boundary review, and we feel as a party that we are running the risk of getting into a very serious constitutional crisis. I thank you. That is the end of the statement.
Any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Just two from me. Number one is towards the secretary. You are recently quoted, you were making a remark in regards to a party position supporting the regime. And you were quoted that even if ODM supports that something.
That has nothing to do with the statement we have read, please, Seth. With all due respect, can we address what we have said in this statement? We have made it clear here in the statement that all our members, the SG included, must be guarded in the remarks regarding 2027, and that we exist as a political party independent and ready to battle it out for power with all the other existing political parties. I think that should be sufficient. Yes, Eric. Yes. Two? I think it is clear that we are ODM. We should only speak about ourselves and strengthen ourselves in order for us to be able to capture power, which is what all political parties exist to do. So really it should be as clear as that. And you are aware that even legally, under the Political Parties Act, it is not allowed for members to be preaching the gospel of other political parties other than the parties on which they were elected. That is the law.
My name is Barack.
Yes.
I work for the City Voice. In terms of preparedness,
Yes.
is ODM prepared? Because Kenyans have been seeing ODM as the alternative party to form the next government. In terms of your preparedness for the 2027 election, have we seen ODM producing
I think part of what we have addressed here and what we began last year with the grassroots elections is part of that strengthening process. We are very proud. We received a report from the National Elections Coordinating Committee that right now, if they showed you the database, ODM has now committees in place in all the over, how many, 39,000 polling centers, which is one of the ways in which we are strengthening ourselves. We need to have a solid grassroots presence. And as I've said, once the process of appeals is done, we will be moving to elections at the ward, constituency, and county level. We want to have a full team in place so that we can be able to take on the challenges that will come ahead of us. I think that should be sufficient. Yes? Yes. Yes. It is not in our hands because, as we said, there is a court order, I think, that was secured from a court in Kiambu, stopping the empanelment of that selection panel. What we have urged in our statement is that the judiciary now needs to consider this a national emergency and make sure that they resolve those cases as quickly as possible. In fact, the Chief Justice should give priority to those cases so that we can be able to resolve all the questions and have a panel in place, as we have said, because these commissioners who will come in will require time to settle in and to acclimatize and to also get the preparations for that election of 2027 going.
Thank you very
Asante
much.
sana. Mungu awabariki.
Yeah.